Good morning, class. All of you ready for study? Okay. So what we are discussing in last period? Very correct. We have started the third lesson, that is force and pressure. And in that previous period, we have discussed about the concept force. So at that time, we have studied that force is a physical quantity which is essential to set the object in motion, or it is essential to stop the object which is in motion. Then we have discussed about the different types of forces. At that time we have discussed about the contact force. Contact force where there is a direct contact between the force applied and the object on which it is applied. That is a contact force. Then non-contact force where there is no contact between the object on which the force is exerting and force. For example, at that time we have discussed about the gravitational force. Force which is exerted by the earth, and there is no direct contact between the object and the gravitational force. Then another example of the non-contact force that we are studying, that is electrostatic force. Force between the protons and electrons in an atom. One more example we are seeing, that is a magnetic force. Force exerted by magnet, that is a magnetic force. There is no direct contact between the object and the force exerted. So in that way we have discussed about the contact and non-contact force. Then we have discussed about the balanced force and imbalanced force. Balanced force is that force where the magnitude of the force is same, but the directions are different, and therefore the net force on the object, that is zero, and hence there is a no displacement of the object takes place. That is a balanced force. Then we have discussed about the imbalanced force. Imbalanced force where the magnitude or two or more forces exerted at the same time and the directions are same, that is a imbalanced force. Later on we have discussed about the units of force. What are the units of force we have discussed? Balachi ekako in Marathi. Force, that is a ball in Marathi. Okay. What are the units of force we have discussed? Yes, very correct. In SI system it is a Newton, and in CGS system it is a dyne. So Newton and dyne are the units of the force. Newton, that is the SI unit, and dyne, that is the CGS unit. How we define the 1 Newton force? 1 Newton force is that force which produces 1 meter per second square acceleration in the object of one mass 1 kg. Okay, and 1 dyne force is that force which produces 1 centimeter per second square acceleration in the object of 1 gram. So in that way we have discussed about the units of the force. Then we have also discussed about the relation between Newton and dyne. At that time we have discussed that 1 Newton, that is equal to 10⁵ dyne. And we also discussed about the scalars and vectors. So force is a vector quantity we have discussed. Now we will see about the effect of force on the object. Now see some examples. Now this is a ball. Yes, you are watching this. Okay, and unless and until you do not exert force on it, it will remain in its existent state, we can say, or in the original state. But if you apply the force, what is the change you are watching? Now the ball is set in motion. So one of the effect of the force, that is a object set in motion because of force. Second, if suppose now the ball is in motion and now I apply force on this direction, what will happen? Immediately the ball stops. This is a ball in motion. When I apply force, it stops. That means the second effect of the force, that is, it stops the object which is in motion. The third one, it changes the speed. If you are cycling, at that time you are going slow. Immediately you pedal the cycle again. What will happen? Speed increases. Is that clear? Or after some time you apply the brakes. What will happen? Again it becomes slow. That means the applied force, you are paddling or you are applying brakes. That means you are exerting force at that time. So what is the third effect? That is, it changes the speed of an object. Then the direction. If suppose This is a ball. It is moving in this direction. I will apply force in this direction. It changes the direction of the ball. So it also changes the direction. Okay. So the one more change, that is it changes the direction of the object. Now see some examples. Now what is this? This is a sponge. With this sponge I will press it between my palm. What you are watching? It get compressed. Correct? Again if the force is released, again it comes to its original state. So on pressing, that means applying force, what is happening? It changes the shape. See the another example. If suppose this is a spring. Now if suppose I stretch the spring, what is happening here? The length of the spring is increased. Or if I again press the spring, what will happen? It compress. Okay. See the next example. This is rubber band. If you stretch it, the length increase, right? So in that way, it also changes the shape of the object. So these are the effects of the force on object. Number one, it sets the object in motion, right? Second, it stops the object which is in motion. At the time of cricket, the fielders, they stop the ball, okay, which is moving towards boundary. Okay. Changes the speed of object. It also changes the speed of the object. Okay. It changes the direction of the object. Applied force also changes the direction. If in the river water, you keep one obstacle, okay, in the path, what will happen? The direction of the water will change. So it also changes the direction of the object. It also changes the shape of the object. So what are the 5 changes that we observe because of force? Number 1, the force sets the object in motion. Number 2, it stops the object which is motion. Very correct. Number 3, it changes the speed of the object. Either it will increase or decrease. So there is a change in speed of object takes place. Next, it changes the direction of the object. And fifth one is, it changes the shape of the object. So these are the 5 effects of force on object. Now, if you keep this book on table and for many days, if you do not touch it, whether it move from one place to another place, okay, either you have to push, either you have to pull, or you have to lift, then and then only it move. Okay, so this is the property of object to remain in its state of existence, we can say, right? This is known as the inertia. So what is inertia? It is the property of an object to remain in its existent state, that is known as a inertia. Now the book is in resting phase, or it is at a rest, and it do not change its place unless and until you exert an external imbalance force, that is known as the inertia of rest. When the object is in rest and it does not changes its position unless and until you do not exert any unbalanced force on it, that is known as the inertia of rest. Now if suppose the fan is moving, okay, and you put off the button, what do you observe? For some time the fan will remain in moving motion, right? And after that it stops. That means it takes some time to stop or to change its, we can see the motion state, and then it come to state rest. So that is a inertia of motion, right? If you see the another example, if you are for the rest, inertia of rest, if the bus is at the platform, immediately you enter in the bus and take your seat, okay. After that, after some time the driver come and he will start the bus. What do you experience many times? Okay, if you remember, you know that you will get a backward jerk. Immediately when you start the bus, you will get the backward jerk. What is this? This is the inertia of rest. Because when you enter in the bus, at that time bus is in the rest position. And you are also in the rest. But immediately when bus starts, now the bus is in motion and you are trying to maintain your state of rest. That is the inertia of rest. Second example, same example. After some time, if suppose the driver applies brakes, what will happen? Yes. After some time, if suppose the driver applies brakes, now you will get the forward jerk. The reason is, now the bus is in motion. You are also in motion along with that bus. And when the brakes applied at that time, the bus stops. But you are trying to maintain your state of motion. That is inertia of the motion. See this example. Now this is a glass. This is a card. And on this card there is a coin. Okay. Now I will use slide push to this card. See what will happen. Sorry. See what happened. Immediately it fell down in the glass. Why? Because it tried to maintain its state of rest. And hence instead of go forward, what happens? It will fall down in the glass. See once again. See? Okay? So this is the inertia of rest. This is an example of inertia of rest. Okay. Now see one more example. You are traveling by car or any jeep, etc. And you apply the brakes. Whether immediately vehicle stops? No. It takes some time. It takes some seconds of duration and after that it stops. The reason is you try to maintain your state of motion and hence it takes some time. So that is known as the inertia of motion. The next example or next type is the inertia of direction. Now if you are moving or traveling in a vehicle and immediately you take the left turn, what will happen? You get pushed towards this side, opposite side. Or if you take the right turn, you will get pushed towards the left side. This is the inertia of direction. Right? Because at that time you try to maintain your original state. You are going in the straight line first of all. And immediately you take the left turn, you will get pushed towards or you get jerked towards right side. That is the example of the inertia of direction. So in that way there are three different types of inertia. Inertia of rest, inertia of motion and inertia of direction. Is that clear? So what we are discussed today? Today we are discussed about one of the important property of the object that is known as a inertia. Inertia is a property of an object to remain in its state of existence or in existent state. Okay, unless and until you do not exert any external imbalanced force. That property is known as an inertia. Right? We have seen some examples of the inertia. We have seen this example. The coin is fell down in the glass. The book is remain on the table only. The fan remain in the motion. So examples of inertia. Then we have discussed about the types of inertia. Inertia of rest. When the object is in the state of rest, it remain in the state of rest only. That is the inertia of rest. Inertia of motion. If the object is in motion, it tries to maintain the position of motion only. That is the inertia of motion. And third one, that is the inertia of direction. So in this way we have completed about the force. Okay, effects of force. Then inertia and types of inertia. So next period we will see about the next concept, that is the pressure. Is that clear? Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you.